We're back. Our Love Cape Ann report, the Cape Ann Chamber of Commerce here. Ken Reel, CEO of the Chamber, and with me is...
Carrie McKenna, Director of Events at the Chamber of Commerce.
And Sarah Young, Board President this year and Director of Development at Schooner Adventure.
Welcome, welcome.
Thanks.
Well, here we are, end of September, and a lot to talk about. A quick look back.
It doesn't feel like the end of September.
Summer went so fast. Where did this summer go?
Yeah.
And then look forward.
Yeah.
A month or so out, and we'll just touch even on what's going on the end of the year, which is already we're well along in planning. So quick look back.
Yeah.
Great summer. Businesses did well overall. I think from an economic perspective, we're starting to look at some of those numbers right now. And we didn't have quite the fantastic weather this summer as we did last summer, so some of our visitor-based businesses may not have done quite as well. Some of our other businesses that were more inside, like Cape Ann Museum, we know, had a really good summer season. And it's in part because of the weather that we had this year. So we're pulling together a set of metrics right now that we're going to be presenting in a couple of weeks at our fall tourism wrap-up meeting on October 11th at Castle Manor Inn.
Great.
Yeah, so it's going to be fun to look at that. Yeah. So coming up, what do we have going on, Carrie?
Oh boy, starting on Monday, we have our golf tournament, which was rained out in May. We had to postpone it the day of because of weather forecasted, and the previous couple of days, everything was just wet at Bass Rocks.
Looks like you're going to have a beautiful day for it, though.
Gorgeous.
And Peter Hood said the course is perfect.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be lovely. So we've got about 100 golfers, and this is the 28th annual golf tournament. And this is actually, so the title of this is the Cape Ann Chamber of Commerce Business Education Golf Tournament, actually Fundraiser Golf Tournament. This is how we fund all of our business education initiatives. I don't know if you want to speak a little
As a
more.
reminder for all, so the Chamber has three main priorities, and so it's promotion of our members, it's economic development, and it's education. And so, as you said, Carrie, the tournament funds everything that we do in education, from our scholarships to this will be our fourth annual now Cape Ann Career and College Fair, which is truly unique, not only for the region, but really on the Commonwealth. And then everything that we do with our schools. We meet monthly with the local schools, and we talk about internships, career days, how do we best engage the business community with our youth. And so it's a really important priority for us, and this is basically how we
This is our
cover
major,
those
fundraiser.
initiatives.
How many scholarships do we give out? Is it 4?
We do 4. We manage 5, but the chamber is responsible for 4 of them through this fundraising.
It's a great initiative.
And we've been doing that for 28 years, right?
Over $100,000
Yeah.
in scholarships have been awarded so far.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's great. It's great. Great day to be out there. We've got a lot of fun. There's raffles. There's out on the course, we've got hot dogs on one hole and pizza on another hole and clam chowder on another hole. And, of course, her mayorship herself, Sathathya, is great. She comes and she helps out. She goes around in the golf cart and will actually do some putting for the teams that are out there. And she's done quite well with it. So
Great.
she'll be back as well. So hopefully it'll be a great day on Monday.
Yeah, I was looking at all the expenses actually the other day. It's like, wow, we give a lot away at this tournament.
It's a lot of fun. It's a great day. It's a great day, and you won't be hungry if you're golfing. And then on Thursday, October 4th, next Thursday, is the $25,000 game. Wednesday, October 4th. What did I say? I said Thursday.
Yeah.
So sorry.
Wednesday.
Ooh.
Big night.
Yeah, we
Yes,
just lost a day.
Wednesday. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
October 4th. I don't know if you wanna-
So the $25,000 game. This is one of the chamber's annual fundraisers, and we literally give away $25,000 to 12 winners. Is it, Ken?
Yeah, it is.
12, with a grand prize of
10,000.
10,000. Thank you. I was going to cut it short. And still have tickets available.
We do. We have a few tickets left. I have a few right here.
Great. They're $100 each, and we only sell 500, so best odds in town.
Right. So
and
better
it's a
than
really fun night.
It's a fantastic night. So better than 1 in 50.
Right.
Chancellor, when we say the best odds on Cape Ann,
Yeah.
and with the amount of money that we give away, it truly is a unique event, and it's standing room only at the Gloucester House, because the ticket also admits 2 for dinner.
And the dinner's great. The Gloucester House puts on one of their fabulous buffets,
a
and
great
a lot of
job.
food there. And
Well, I'm feeling lucky this year.
All right.
I think I might win it this year.
I think I have another ticket here for you,
Yeah,
too.
I still got a couple of my own to buy.
I don't know if you
so.
know, we've been doing this since 1981, and the first
Wow.
winner was Charlie Foster, and back then it was
Oh,
a
really?
$10,000 game. And I think he won, I don't know, like he didn't win $10,000, but that was what the total amount was. And yeah, so it's been going on for 36 years now. It's a long time.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is on Wednesday,
Right.
not Thursday. Please make note of that.
So 2 big events next week, and then the following week.
We've got the tourism wrap-up, which you touched on.
Right, that's a fun one for us. You know, tourism and the visitor-based economy is really important for Cape Ann, and it's a priority for the Cape Ann Chamber. And we're trying to do a better job in really quantifying our the economics of that event. So we'll be looking at the accommodations occupancy and the tax data and ridership and beach data and a whole bunch of different metrics this year compared to last year. So we hope that it's open to anybody. We hope especially our visitor businesses join us for that. And there'll be a
on
flyer on that
Tuesday?
soon. It's on Wednesday. I think that's the 11th.
Okay.
Where are we having it this year?
Castle Manor Inn.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then Thursday, so the next day, the 12th, at the Gloucester House is the Fall Business Women's Luncheon. And this is put on by the Chamber's Business Women's Committee, which has been together, I think, since like 1981. And it was, it's where we do fundraising for the Carolyn B. O'Connor Scholarship, which is separate from the 4 scholarships that you were talking about. This is for a woman who's going back to work for whatever reason, had to stop her education, someone who's going back to try and better her situation. We give out $1,250 a year, and it's been great. I think it's the only one of its kind that I'm aware of. There are plenty of high school scholarships out there, but there's not too many that really focus on this kind of a need. And this year we're at the Gloucester House on the 12th, and we have
Hannah Kimberly, who's a local author, will be there. Really looking forward to hearing what she has to say. I think, she remind me the name of
so
the
it's
most
A
current
Woman's
book.
Place is at the top.
A Woman's Place is at the top, is
Yeah.
the current book that she's promoting. And she really focuses on, women's issues, which we think is a, perfect tie-in for this luncheon.
Yeah.
We usually have over 100 local businesswomen in attendance, and really looking forward to hearing her speak this year.
Yeah. Yep.
Also open to guys, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
As
absolutely.
I crashed the luncheon last year.
Yes.
We
And
usually
was
put
pleased
you
that I
all
did
at your
so.
own table.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
That
yes.
is a
So
great idea.
we've got tickets still available for that, so you can call the chamber and line yourself up for that. And then the following week on Saturday is the 35th annual Clam Fest, Essex Clam Fest.
This is the event to look forward to,
Yeah,
right?
Yes.
it's definitely the big one in Essex.
It
We'll
is.
have almost 2,000 people there historically, assuming that the weather is good.
Yeah, let's hope for a day like
And
today.
and
So as chamber president, I'm official taste
You
tester,
are an
right?
official
Okay, good.
judge.
Judge.
The judge,
Judge,
yeah.
right.
I get to try all the
Yes.
chowder.
That's right. You're at the table.
How many
We
restaurants
have
do we
12
have?
this year, which is
Wow.
the most that we've had in the 4 years that Ken and I have been
That's
involved.
great.
Yeah.
And then there's a whole festival that happens around it. We've got great arts and craft vendors. Local businesses will be there.
Music. Got some
Music.
fun music. Yeah.
Other food to eat. There'll be some food trucks there, and it's really a fun day in Essex.
Yeah.
And such a great way to sample all the different chowder.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's
It is.
there's some variety.
It is,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and believe it or not, they're so different, and different ways that they garnish it, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
incredible. Someone, I don't know if it's Mile Marker, puts little bacon pieces
Yes.
on it, so
Yeah.
you can't go wrong with bacon. That's a
And I
shoo-in
believe
in my
last
book.
year the winner of the popular vote and the judge's choice was Relish
Yes,
Catering.
it was. It's only happened a few times.
Which is amazing,
Yeah.
and if you
She's
don't
back.
know Relish Catering out of Manchester, been in business I think a couple years, so
Yeah.
a fairly new caterer in
Yeah.
town. They do a great
They
job.
were outsiders. They came in and
yeah,
they
stole
scooped
the
it.
show. It was
yeah,
great.
yeah, and she is back. She's,
Oh, good.
Yep, she's
great.
coming back.
She's
So
she's
very
gonna try to
excited.
defend her title.
Yes, she is. Well, there's a lot of people that are like coming after her, so
Uh-huh.
but it should be a fun day.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff going on. We've got the the K-9 unit with the local police department is coming to put on a dog show.
Oh, great.
And then we've got the live music all afternoon. And we hope to have 70, 75, maybe 80 vendors, crafters, artisans, and some nonprofits.
Yeah, it makes a lot of fun.
And, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great day.
And before that, we have our second annual Cape Ann Plein Air,
That's right.
which starts on Columbus Day weekend
Yeah,
and
yeah.
runs through the 15th, 16th actually, with 40 national painters that have been juried in, and several locals as well. And painting all week long, and then their art will be for sale and will be judged on that Saturday, the 14th, at Rockport Art with a big gala.
Yeah.
And tickets are available online at capeannpleinair.com.
Yeah, but look for them throughout Cape Ann painting.
Right,
It's
right.
kind
The
of
signs
cool
are
to
starting
see
to go
them.
up now, which
Yeah.
is really neat.
Yeah.
And then
It's such a wonderful thing that you see that, especially in the summer, but winter too. There's always artists out,
Yeah.
painting outdoors. But this event, I mean, you see quite a bit of
this
it.
is the largest outdoor painting competition in New England. In its first year, last year, it was the largest with $20,000 in prizes. And having preeminent painters come in from around the country, and of course highlighting also the painters that we have here, and really spotlighting the incredible arts heritage that we have here, and helping the local artists,
Right.
in what they do day in and day out. It's win-win all around. Working with the arts organizations has been very rewarding.
I was just going to say that. I mean, there's so many things to love about this event, and one of the things, that I think is great about it is that the Chamber is collaborating with the art colonies, the Rockport Art Association, Sea Arts. It's a real coming together
It is.
of
It's
all
great.
these organizations
Yeah.
that support local artists,
Yeah.
and really we should be highlighting Cape Ann
Yeah.
nationally as an arts destination. So,
exactly.
great event.
And we'll talk more about that in a separate segment.
right, yes,
Also to
tune in
mention
next
on
week.
Sunday, there's also in Essex is a quick draw event, which is quite a lot of fun. It's a timed 2-hour event. So there's a bell or a gong or something's going to go off, the fire horn, and
Fire horn, yeah.
to start and end it, and that will those paintings then will be up for viewing and for sale that Sunday, which will be a lot of fun as well at the Essex Shipbuilding Museum. So that's going to be a great week, and also helps us economically as the summer starts to wane and our visitors start to leave. There's a whole nother reason to visit Cape Ann and to really enjoy all that we have in the arts.
Great.
So then, after that,
We've got our monthly networking event this year.
Yeah.
This month in October is going to be October 25th at Bank Gloucester
Yeah.
in Gloucester, right on Main Street.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great event. They always put on a good show.
They do.
Yeah.
They're very excited
And,
to
and for
host
those
us.
that don't know, those are monthly networking events that the Chamber hosts for our members, but it's also open to non-business members. Come check us out, see what we do, meet some other local businessmen, women in the community, and get usually some pretty tasty dinner.
Yes,
Exactly.
tidbits.
Right?
Yes.
and there is no charge.
That's right.
Charge.
There's
For the
no
first
charge.
year, the Chamber is not charging for those events, so there's no reason not to come out
Yeah.
and meet some new people, see your friends, and enjoy some good food
Well,
and
it's definitely a
company.
great way to get yourself out there, that your name, the name of your business, who you are, what you do, let people associate your face with your business, and your networking works.
And I've loved we've started giving our newest members an opportunity to do their elevator
Yeah.
speech.
Yeah.
And it's been a great way for me to get to know a little bit more about these new members, and in some cases new businesses.
Yeah.
So it's always a fun night.
Yeah,
So.
and I think that just really welcomes them into this business community that we have created here at the Chamber.
And we have a great community. So
Yeah.
it's good.
Yes,
It's almost a family. It's a
Yeah.
Cape Ann
Yes.
Chamber
Indeed.
family.
We love Cape Ann.
So then we go into November and December with all
let's
of
not
the
go there yet.
holidays.
No.
We'll be doing a lot of the holiday stuff. We actually bring Santa to most of our communities, and beyond that, we've got our annual dinner this year. It's going to be in Rockport at the Shaolin Loom.
Great.
Right.
And we've got the Cape Ann Divas. They're being resurrected, which is going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
Awesome.
So you've already been planning for something in January. Since when? Since about July.
Yeah, that's how it
That's a
goes. Great.
6-month planning effort.
It's going to be fun.
And we've been planning for Santa since August.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, The
And we will
drumbeat just
be
goes
here.
on and on. And the other thing that we've been working on is our publications. And so we're out working on 2018 publications and our websites, again, as a way to promote the business and to promote the region. So it's never a dull moment at the Chamber. Two other elements that, that we don't talk about much, but that we turn our attention to, especially in the fall, is what we do economically. With our local elected officials, the communities. We have something called the Cape Ann Caucus, which is coming up. We do them twice a year. And we meet regionally with our state representatives, Bruce Tarr and Margaret and Brad Hill, here representing Cape Ann, and then all of our local elected leaders from Gloucester, city officials, the mayor and her team, and then the Board of Selectmen from the 3 other communities. We bring in the education leaders from the 3 school systems and Essex Technical, and our business leaders. And it's a relatively large forum, and we talk about issues and opportunities, and how do we best collaborate as a Cape Ann community versus one community doing something and the other communities doing something else. And so it truly is a unique forum, and that's coming up the end of October. Chamber's been involved in some of the recent opportunities here that we have, especially going on in Gloucester with the plastic bags debates, with the noise issues that have come up, and of course Fuller School. And so we're certainly involved in those elements and continually trying to improve the local economy here on a number of fronts. And then, in addition to the economic aspects, we also have what we're doing in education, and that's our 3rd priority. And we kick off our Business Education Collaborative. You mentioned Bank Gloucester. Pat Thorpe, president of Bank Gloucester, is our chair, again, of our Business Education Collaborative, where we meet with our 3 school systems and Essex Tech monthly. And we do
And
that.
that's, you're meeting with principals, superintendents.
We do that twice a year, so we do that in our kickoff meeting, yep, which is coming up this Friday, coming up tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 7:30 a.m. You better be there.
I have to get those agendas ready. 7:30 a.m. We
Yeah.
start early
Yeah.
to work around our educators' schedule.
Right.
And we do invite the principals and superintendents in for the kickoff of the school year, so tomorrow, and then on the wrap-up in June. And so elements that we talk about there is the Career and College Fair, truly a unique event here on Cape Ann. We support a number of internships happening at the high schools. We have our career days, which we do, and we're very closely tied into the DECA programs, which is kind of a marketing business program that all 3 of the high schools do. And,
Yeah,
and
it's
we
a great
bring business expertise into the high schools, and we also serve as judges for DECA. So the overall objective in that education collaborative is how do we best engage the business community with our schools? And again, something that's very rewarding, and also fits into kind of our scholarships that we do as back to the beginning, as funded by this golf tournament coming up next week.
It's great.
So busy fall, and then the snow starts to fly, and we move right
Busy
into winter.
winter.
But time just goes on, and there's so many great things that are happening, and really glad to be doing it for the community. Anything else to talk about here, ladies, today?
Don't we have a Cape Ann license plate?
Oh,
Wow.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
There's so much else going on. How could we not mention the Cape Ann license plate?
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to report we've got our newest owner of the Cape Ann license plate, Stefan Edick, the
Oh,
director
Very
of
good.
Adventure, finally got
Stefan.
his.
Very good.
That's great.
And he, just a little report, he actually was able to get it right at the DMV. He went to register
Oh,
his
he did?
car, and they still had some in stock.
Okay,
so,
good.
so they handed it right to him,
Good,
and
good,
it's
good.
on there. So,
That's great.
yeah.
So we have
But-
over 1,200 on the road now.
Great.
The website is lovecapeann.com. Again, you just sign up online, and the license plates, the lovecapeann.com, there's a button to go to the registry. You sign up for the license plate online, and the license plates are mailed to you. You do not need to go to the registry.
Do not.
Which is fantastic, and it's $40 every other year and renews with your registration. And there's a $20 upfront transfer fee for the plates, but it's a $20 a year to show your love and pride of Cape Ann. The money goes back to support the community towards basically our priorities of economic development, education, and regional promotion. And there's a separate foundation, the Cape Ann Community Foundation, that manages those funds.
And the best news is the the $12,000.
Yeah,
that
so
we
I was
just-
just going to say, we may have mentioned it in the last podcast, but it's worth mentioning again. The Community Foundation just awarded its first $12,000, and the winners of that were the Backyard Growers Program, the Cape Ann Farmers Market, and Action Inc. And we were thrilled to be able to go out and distribute that $12,000 between the three organizations who are, working hard in Cape Ann to create jobs. Action, they're going to use that money towards education and helping people, work skills. And so it was really great to be able to do that. And the more plates we sell, obviously, the more money we
Money back in
have.
the back.
And it's important for people to understand that money's all going right back into the community. It's really a great project. So get your Cape Ann license plate.
Yeah.
And we're really trying to promote that more through social media, and
Yeah.
so we're boosting it now every week,
Mm-hmm.
and to get the word out in a more regular and effective way. So if you see the Facebook ads, click on the link and sign up
Like
for the
and
plate
share.
today. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Well,
Great.
thank you, Sarah, for that reminder.
You're welcome.
One more little aside. I think that
Yeah.
that you must share the Sacred Cod story.
Oh,
It's very exciting. Your chamber was there.
Yes,
There
you're
was a
right.
need
You're
that
right.
was
You're right.
filled.
All right. So I spent a few hours today at the State House. Senator Bruce Tarr
Yep.
had
First, you need to back up and tell the story of the missing Sacred Cod.
had asked us because
Right.
the Senate chambers is undergoing renovation, and so the Senate is now in an interim chamber, and it does not have the Massachusetts symbol, which is the codfish, which it wonderfully adorns the main Senate chambers, but not the interim chambers. And so Bruce had contacted me a little while ago and asked if we could track down a cod. And so we put the word out through our newsletter and some other sources, and we had a few candidates and selected one a few weeks ago. It was actually submitted by Georgianne Richards at Sea Meadow Gifts in Essex.
Great.
And we had the artist and his wife join today, and that's Robert and Karen Bliss out of Gloucester. And it's a really beautiful ceramic cod. Gold, looks like it's gold plated, and just very, very pretty decoration. And so we went down to the State House and presented this in front of the Senate today. Bruce told the story and introduced us, and it was a wonderful experience, I think, especially for Robert and Karen. It was great to be there. Yeah, so stay tuned for some photos. It was a fun experience.
Congratulations. Fabulous.
Well, thank you, ladies. That was a fun segment, and we look forward to talking again soon.